Shane, can we go into the background with, like, we were hired by the Wu-Tang Clan to regain their honor?
You people are terrible. Just take a perfectly good game and just ruin it from the get-go.
I like how this is a CIA mission. Like the CIA wants the lost Wu-Tang album.
Kidnap the president of Dunkin' Donuts. Force him to give me the formula. I want to go back in time and kidnap KFC Colonel Sanders. I want all the spices. I want the
Colonel Sanders.
That would be
a good one.
That would be so good. Mike who could bust out his foghorn leghorn voice.
Yeah, I would be much more interested in that one than the Wu-Tang album one. Just to be honest, because I know more about KFC.
Just chuck them in one of those wheelie recycling bins and just walk it outside of the castle grounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, recycling is very important to oligarchs.
So we're here to do the paper shredding. Paper shredders are us. See the van?
Yes, Mr. Epstein, we brought you a boy. That would actually make it too easy. That would just get us in instantly. Which is being held in Montenegro. Not sure if that matters.
All right. And what part of the world is Montenegro in?
Throw a dart at a globe. I don't know.
I've seen like 2 of these movies, and it's the recent ones. So I have seen Austin Powers. Can I channel that energy into this?
RPG Underground. Wilderness of Mirrors. You're going to love this. This is a spy game, and you're all playing secret agents. And you're not just playing any secret agents. You're like James Bond. You're good at everything. So instead of having stats that relate to things that you can do, you have stats that show who in the group is an expert at a particular thing. Like the fixer, right? They have the exact right gadget. The face man lies to get what he needs. There's a team leader who organizes all the other agents. The hitman kills to get what he needs, right? That kind of thing. Now, it is possible for multiple of you to have the same score in that, but the catch is there is a special ability that each one of those has that can only be used once per game. So, for instance, the hitman once per game can spend a mission point and make a kill without having to roll for it. But that can only happen once. So if all of you have the exact same score in that, the very first one of you to use it knocks everybody else out of getting to use it. All right, so typically you want to stagger the scores a bit so that each of you is the specialist in a particular thing. The person who has the highest Saturn score is going to be the team lead. If there are multiple of you that have it, then you guys have to decide who the team lead's going to be. So the first thing you're going to do is you get 35 points to put into Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Vulcan, and Pluto. The trick to it is if you look at that chart at the top, your score of 1 is free, but to bump it up to 2 costs 4 points, which is huge. And then it gets cheaper the higher you go. So 3 only costs 3, 4 costs 2, and 5 costs 1. But obviously you have to go in order, and that will make you spend those points. You guys need to create characters first. On your character sheet, you'll come up with a name, your alias, and don't worry about the organization. So go ahead. And you can talk amongst yourselves as you do it, like, I want to be the best at the hit.
Shane, can I class 2 mission points? I want to be the best at mission points.
Yeah, and if you don't spend all 35
How
points...
complicated can your alias be? Is it supposed to be like 006? Or can it be like the Lotus Jewel?
Yeah, you can make it anything you want.
Okay.
If you don't spend all 35 points, the remainder just goes away.
I found a website that generates James Bond titles.
Oh, man.
So like,
I can do it off dome. I've read every Ian Fleming novel.
I've seen like 2 of these movies, and it's the recent ones. So I have seen Austin Powers. Can I channel that energy into this?
That for sure plays.
Okay.
The points are how many 6-sided dice you roll. And when you roll, you add the totals together in order to determine the outcome that's
Gotcha.
on that roll chart. This is a complete narrative game, so that the thing to keep in mind here that's going to be different from most of the games is you can do anything. And what you're rolling for is to be able to narrate. So if you look at the roll chart, like if you roll 1 to 5, I narrate the outcome. So I might narrate that you succeed at what you do, but something happens. If you roll 16 to 20, you narrate
So
the whole
1
thing.
through 5, you're screwed. 16 to 20, you can actually do the cool secret agent shit you imagine.
Yeah, anything you say happens. But the ones in the middle, like a 6 to 10, I narrate, but you get a veto. And what that means is I'll be talking and saying this certain thing happened, and you go, yeah, but this happened too, right? And then the flip side to that is if you're narrating, I get to interrupt and go, yes, but this happens. That's on 11 through 15. So that's literally all you're rolling for is narration rights.
What class did you guys all pick?
So I haven't settled on one yet, but I kind of like Mars. I want to be the hitman.
I haven't chosen one yet either.
There you go. Solid 35 points split. Mike, if you had to pick a organization name, which one would it be though?
Off top, the Children of the
Nice.
Silent Choir.
All right. Shane, book that in somehow, please. If you hear them sing, Mike, it's perfect. If you hear the secret choir sing, it's too late.
Everybody's alias should be like those like Diceware password generators where it's just two random words stuck up next to each other. Skillet, Wombat.
Damn.
My favorite generated name was one of the Docker containers was like pregnant microwave.
Lorenzo Jones, alias Lola.
Alias Lojo.
Lolita.
Before we launch into the story, should I get one more drink? Is this going to be one of those games?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
It's one of those games. Word.
Back to
Well, dang, I just got here.
You guys have your characters made, so now the next thing is mission points. So for mission points, everybody starts with mission points equal to your team lead's score for Saturn, except the team lead doesn't get that.
Man, we are
So,
hosed.
a big
Am
old
I really
2.
the leader? My score is 2.
Yeah. So the other 2 guys get 2 to start off. You've still got 0, team leader.
This is
But,
going to be awesome.
They're about to increase. Anytime you're an agent that's taking a risk, you roll dice equal to whichever one of the areas of expertise relates to it. Right? So if you want to try to shoot somebody, that would be the hitman score, Mars. So you would roll that many dice, you add them up, and then we look at the roll chart. You also can spend mission points, which gives you another die. So 1 mission point equals another die. So if you've got a 3 in Mars and you spend a mission point, you get to roll 4 and add it. You're always rolling for narration rights. Like I said, you're not rolling to actually succeed. The GM in this game is operations. So if I get the narration rights, I can narrate it that you fail miserably or that you succeed and something happens, whatever. It's completely up to me. If you get full narration rights, you narrate whatever happens. It's completely up to you. But the way that we start this game is all I do is give you a 1-sentence mission. And then you guys have to do planning. You go through all the steps of the mission. You come up with all the obstacles, all the advantages you'll need. And for every detail that you give, the more complicated you make this mission, I give you mission points. And I just keep giving you mission points. So if you make this if you spend 5 whole minutes to do this, you're not going to get any mission points, right? So it's going to take time. It's going to take
This
thought.
needs to be as complicated as possible. This needs to be a John Le Carre novel, okay? We're writing Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy over here.
Yeah.
You need to have at least 130 IQ to even understand the setup.
Now, the interesting thing is when you're done prepping the mission, we add up the total number of mission points that you've got for that, and I give them to the team leader. The team leader will take as many of them as he wants and distribute the rest to the other agents. Now, if you think about this, you're planning this whole thing out. You're deciding how all this is going to go. So you'll know we need demolitions for this, right? Or we need a sharpshoot. So you're going to want to make sure that the person that's best at that gets enough points to hopefully get to that point and use them. The two other aspects of this you need to keep in mind are this is a spy game. So just like in spy novels and spy movies, there is always treachery and betrayal. And in this game, the way that's done is through trust dice. So anytime you betray another agent or operations, meaning the mission is this, if you do anything to foul that up, you get 3 trust dice. Now, the reason there are trust dice and mission points is the second aspect of this game. Time is critical. So I'm going to set a timer. As soon as we hit 20 minutes, you all lose a mission point. 20 minutes later, you all lose another mission point. That's how you differentiate mission points from trust dice, because they're the same mechanic, but you can't lose trust dice until you spend them. You can lose mission points just by sitting around, you know. So that's why you need the trust dice on your character sheet to keep track of. So remember that. Anytime you betray another agent or the mission, you'll get 3 dice for that. Every 20 minutes that happens, you're going to lose a mission point. And now I am going to give you your mission. Your mission is to kidnap the president and get him to these coordinates. And then there's some numbers.
Nice.
That's it. So now you guys will map out what all that means, and I will award mission points for it. Losing the mission points every 20 minutes starts now.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
Fantastic.
Okay. So we've got to settle in on, first of all, what kind of president we're even kidnapping. I almost want to go with like the president of a company or something, because I want there to be like a bunch of stuff in the way, like tech and vault doors and such.
Can we go back in time and kidnap the president of General Motors? I hate that guy.
Sure. Well, what time frame are you thinking? What's the back in time part of this? Like go back to the 1960s and prevent them from burying the electric car project. Prevent them from causing the monopoly of big oil.
Oh shoot! I didn't think that far ahead, Micah. Oh, we lost Shane. Oh no,
Shane.
I was gonna say Shane and his co-host screen just disappeared.
I mean,
yeah, take that. Does that count for the 20 minutes, motherfucker?
different tactic is we can go back in time and kidnap Eisenhower before D-Day. True.
Yeah, but wouldn't that make
You're
us
right.
the Nazis?
yeah, that's not
take
good
that back.
revisionist history.
What kind of big companies would some spies kidnap the president of? Like the president of like some big pharma company, or the president of what about the president of a hostile nation's like one of their big weapons tech companies?
You sure you don't want to just kidnap Donnie T?
I mean,
Could be fun.
We can kidnap the president, Martin Shkreli, the pharma guy, because we want to so he can
what
release
if we're
the
trying to
that
break
album
him
that he bought.
out of jail?
The one of the album.
Yeah. Okay, so we're trying to break that Shkreli dude out of jail. I don't know if he's still in jail, but he was the president of the company. We're trying to
Wu-Tang.
break him out
Yep.
to get that lost Wu-Tang album, out into the world.
So you're going to kidnap this guy that's in jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm down for that. Grand idea.
And what is his name again?
And get him to the coordinates means get him to someplace, some secure facility that we have that has like a CD ripper.
It's just a copy of LimeWire.
Shane, can we go into the background with like we were hired by the Wu-Tang Clan to regain their honor?
You people are terrible. Just take a perfectly good game and just ruin it from the get
I like how
go.
this is a CIA mission. Like the CIA wants the Lost Wu-Tang album.
the president of Dunkin' Donuts. Forced him to give me the formula. I want to go back in time and kidnap KFC Colonel Sanders. I want all the spices. I want the
Colonel Sanders.
That would be
Good one.
that would be so good. Mike could
President
bust out
of
his
KFC.
Leghorn voice.
Yeah, I would be much more interested in that one than the Wu-Tang album one. Just to be honest, because I know more about KFC.
If you play the Wu-Tang album backwards,
So
it has the nuclear launch code for the United Kingdom. That's why there's only one of them.
So if we're kidnapping Colonel Sanders, it's for this the what was it 21 secret herbs and spices?
Absolutely.
I don't know what the number is,
Yeah.
but that's what we're trying to get, right? We're trying to find the secret KFC formula.
So you guys can accomplish that and guarantee no one will ever watch our videos. One shot.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
that
no.
was not
I'm fine with that. We can either do the Wu-Tang thing y'all want to do or KFC or something else. You tell me.
Shane, what are you talking about? Once this goes out, you're gonna have. I'm smelling 21 herbs and sponsors on the wind.
And now for the section of the podcast: 21
it.
herbs and sponsors.
shout out to Goodies Powders. We're big fans over here.
You know, Tampax Wonder Bread car for NASCAR. Don't forget.
Once we get a NASCAR team, that's when we know we've made it.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't see through this RPG Underground
I know
sticker
what
on
we
the
should do.
windshield.
I know what we should do. We should go around this Martin Shkreli thing entirely. We should kidnap the president of just a record label. I don't know why we would do that. I don't know why the CIA would care.
That's the thing. We don't actually have to care.
That's
just have to
true.
choose someone
That's
to
true.
kidnap.
We're just the idiots who are hired to do this. We don't need to know
Yeah.
why.
Exactly.
Boy, you're setting the bar high. This is going to be hard. Oh, we're already
geez.
down to 14 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're gonna burn.
Can we
both
go
of
below
these mission
0?
points? Don't worry.
Easily.
Yeah, we'll start out with negative.
So you still don't have a mission point for this yet because you haven't decided.
We don't even know what president we're kidnapping.
Yeah.
It's got to be a president that has enough difficulty to make it a mission, because you know.
Who was the
Yeah.
or which label was there when Fleetwood Mac broke up? Because they committed war crimes.
We're just going to have a whole episode of y'all talking about this. That's funny.
Right.
The
it's
book
just
is
good.
like after they've planned for an hour or so. The
Okay.
intention is people spend time doing this.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Okay, hang on. I'm walking back to a whole new idea. What if we actually stick to the spy novel concept of this, right? We're going to kidnap the president of some kind of defense contractor, okay? It doesn't matter who it is. Some weapons company. That's the president we're kidnapping. Obviously, he's going to have like the most super extra elite security force you can imagine. He's got all the coolest, latest gadgets you can imagine because he runs the defense company. And just like every other spy novel, we're going to do this at some sort of like conference or shareholders meeting that he's at in some far-flung location like Montenegro or Istanbul. Just go full spy novel.
What's that giant economics, like worldwide economics forum?
The WEF or whatever.
A Worldwide Economics Forum. I like it. I don't know
Okay,
if that's real
okay.
or not, but let's call it that.
I don't know if it's real either. we're just going to say a bunch of words that we're not sure if they're real.
It doesn't have the weapon.
He just left Bohemian Grove. He just left Bohemian Grove, and he's going to the WEF summit.
Hell yeah.
Still wearing his owl mask. Okay, what's his name?
You know what? Let's get the generator out for this one.
Whose name is Gemini Chevron.
Bold move. You know what? Yeah, that's a defense contractor name. Yeah, let's go. Gemini Chevron. President Chevron.
There's the long line of chevrons.
Of the defense contract
like it.
agency, Gemini. You want to go with that?
That'll work.
Okay.
Subsidiary of Weapons Co.
So right now you're going to kidnap the president of the Gemini defense contractor, Gemini Chevron. You're going to take him to the coordinates that operations gave you. And you started off by saying you're going to kidnap him from the worldwide what?
Economic Forum.
Yeah,
Economic
the World
Forum.
Economic Forum,
Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So
which
you
is
got 1 point.
which is being held in Montenegro. Not sure if
Okay.
that matters.
All right. And what part of the world is Montenegro in?
I'll throw a dart at a globe. I don't know. Guess.
It's in the Balkans, southeastern Europe.
Yeah,
The Balkan. Okay.
yeah. If you imagine like the boot heel of Italy,
Yeah.
it is across the sea from the boot
I
heel.
live close to
I
it.
assumed AJ lived there at some point.
That's true. What am I saying? AJ just knows these answers. I'm making things up.
It's a beautiful place.
All right. Keep rolling.
In what kind of building is the via EF held?
Well, let's look up some conference venues.
It's got to be on a cliff or something, right?
Actually, yeah. What? Yeah.
Or is it just going to be a
What am I
conference?
doing looking up real old stuff? No, come on. This is spy novel. This is taking place in a castle. The castle is very foreboding looking and up on the side of like it backs up to a sheer cliff dropping straight into the Adriatic Sea.
Nice. Is somebody recording all this? Like typing it into a character sheet?
No, I wasn't going to start
Yeah,
typing until we figured out the plan.
You're getting there. You've got a location now and a person. Yeah, when you said the castle thing, it made me think of that. I don't know which one it is with the John Wick one where he goes and kills the woman that's in that tub. They're having a rave outside some big castle looking place. Well, by the way, the guy that wrote this game, his real name is John Wick.
Oh man, that'd be so unfortunate. Like to get that name before the
All right, there you
movie.
go. I've written it down on my sheet.
Okay.
Shane, can we call the company the Gemini Consortium? That sounds like a defense contractor name.
Yeah, that works.
So he named it after his first name, or he changed his name to match the consortium's name. Either way.
So we gotta start making this way harder on ourselves, way faster. So
Okay.
I'm thinking what's going on here is the reason that President Chevron is here is that this is a meeting between him and a whole bunch of other like weapons company tycoons, basically doing their equivalent of a trade show, like negotiating deals, like having these big secret weapons contracts take place and such. So we need like every single person there to be armed to the teeth and have like the most high tech shit you can imagine.
Bulletproof suits.
Yeah, the John Wick, just hold up the sleeve of your suit like that.
Of course, the castle has a state-of-the-art security system
Yeah.
that only the casinos in Vegas are second to.
I'll tell you what else we need is some way, overcomplicated way to gain
Oh, I
entry.
assumed we were just going to rappel up the wall of the cliff or climb up the wall of the cliff until we made it to the castle.
Yeah, but I mean, it needs to be hard to sneak in.
Like we come out of the ocean and have to like climb the sheer cliff up to the
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
using like super secret spy stuff.
yeah. Like the only weakness in this security system is out behind this giant castle that backs up to the sheer cliff face. So we're either going to have to get through a zillion guns if we come in the front door, or get up the side of a completely flat cliff if we go inside the soft spot.
While also avoiding all the guards that I'm sure are looking over the Adriatic Sea.
This place has guard towers, like legit, like turrets, like a real castle, except all the guards have like modern today weapons, covered in guard towers.
Anti-air guns in case we want to parachute in.
I was thinking that. I was thinking a bunch of like automated security stuff, like
The Iron Dome.
yeah, exactly. This thing's got the Iron Dome, but for just one building.
All right. Shane, does that give us a good starting point, or do we flesh this out more?
I would flush it out more. Because at this point, you've entered the ocean and you're climbing a wall.
Yeah. We definitely need more plan. He's just talking about the base.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got 4 points so far.
What about if you had to have something on you, like some kind of ID card or like RF thing or something that would make it so that the security system on the grounds, like the automated security systems, don't just shoot you automatically. Like if you're not carrying some little card or some little something, the drones that patrol the place will just gun you down.
So now there's flying drones. I assume they're
Yeah, they
flying.
gotta have drones.
They gotta be flying.
These are military contractors. They gotta have drones.
Okay.
There's gotta be drones.
So in addition to like the big buff guys in suits looking out over, there's also flying drones.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get you.
now we're talking. Yeah, we got a copyright strike.
Please tell me we're gonna end this with all of us just like taking a dive with a bungee cord off into the Adriatic Sea, just like in GoldenEye.
I don't know, man. We got to get into the coordinates.
Well, where are the coordinates? Can the coordinates be like a submarine in the Adriatic Sea?
Well, the
We want to
coordinates
make it
are
harder on
fixed.
ourselves, not
No,
easier.
you don't pick that. I picked that. The coordinates are a fixed location.
That worked out well.
And it is in the ocean.
So we have to commandeer a boat.
Putting this out there, Lorenzo Jones does not look good in a wetsuit.
Okay.
We need like a bigger twist here, like a bigger big bag. Like we need like what is the guy's name? The Bond villain with the metal teeth. What is his name?
I know who you're talking about.
Or like Odd Job. You know, we need somebody here. Like one of the muscle needs to be like a boss tier, like something really
President
scary.
Chevron's butler, who's also like a secret assassin.
Yeah, something like that.
Jaws.
His name is Jaws, by the way.
There you go, Jaws. Yeah.
I guess we need our
In
own
honor of
Jaws.
Shane, our version of Jaws has metal toes.
Might as well. You're all going to sneak in there dressed as Smurfs.
Let's see. What's driving everybody?
That's it. We're going to kidnap Gargamel. Oh, you just lost the point. You're down to 4.
We need to make a bunch of points for ourselves, right? Let's stick to the classics here. So on our way in, well, I don't know which side we'll go in, but let's say like if you were to come in the back door and scale the cliff face and blah blah blah, like there needs to be a Mission Impossible laser room that like leads to all else. Like everything else is impenetrable, and you've got to cartwheel around the lasers. You know.
Okay. That's
So-
a 5th point back.
I think we're determining now which direction we're going to go. Is that right?
Yeah,
We're making
you're
the plan.
determining it. Like think of this soup to nuts. Like you guys can be anywhere you want to be now, and you've got to get there. So you could have it set up where, you know, you're going to do reconnaissance and you're staying at these hotels and you're talking to other contacts that you've got, and you've got to commandeer boats or submarines or any kind of cool gadget. You know, you can say that operations is going to give you this new technology that does this and that. And I mean, you can go crazy with this, right? All the way up to, you know where the guy is. Once you get there, how are you going to get in? What kind of obstacles are you going to run into while you're in there? When you get the president, how are you going to get him out? How are you going to get to those coordinates? What have you got set up? You know, I mean, you can set up all these traps and bombs, and I mean, you can do anything, right? I mean, think about, to me, I'm not huge on spy knowledge. I haven't watched a ton of film or read a bunch, but I just think about a typical James Bond film, you know, and he interacts always with women and has tons of contacts and, you know, all the cool gadgets and all that stuff. So you can come up with as much of that as you want. But like I said, the harder you make it for yourself, the more details there are, the more mission points you get. You don't have to spend all night doing it if you don't want to, but you know, it's completely up to you.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
we're going to play through all those obstacles and from the beginning.
Lorenzo Jones lost an arm in Montenegro 5 years ago, and that triggered like a drinking problem.
Of course. Yeah. Well, you're spies. All you do is drink, right? So you're always drinking something.
Yeah, it's not considered extra hardship.
Part of the MRE is a
Vodka
bottle of
tonic.
gin
Whiskey
or
bottle.
vodka. So I guess should we start Like, I guess, where do we start our plan from? Are we on the boat
So I think what we got to
driving in,
do.
or
I think what we got to do to keep this to keep this on theme. We get to town. We know that we can't just like waltz our happy asses into the castle, right? So we need to be in the actual town. I'm assuming that all the people that are doing this, that they are staying in the castle. Like they are there because it's protected. That's the thing to break into. We can't make it easy on ourselves and say we're just breaking into their hotels. So that's all fine, but we still need like during the day, we need to go organize the contacts. We need to find somebody who knows somebody at this conference. We need to.
I think we can just say that we know someone who's at the conference.
Yeah, but we got to make it hard on ourselves on purpose. We got to like stow away on one of their yachts, you know?
And do remember, if I get hold of narration at any point, I am going to make it hard. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. We need to do this to ourselves now so we can get the mission points for it.
Okay.
Here's something we've got to do for sure. Whatever little device it is that identifies you, like an ID card or like RF thing or whatever, the thing that makes the castle security systems not just go crazy and gun you down. There's a hotel down in town, and we know that they actually have an extra one of those behind the desk. And we need to figure out how to exfiltrate it because they made one more than they needed and somebody didn't show up. So we need to get this thing out of that hotel so that somebody can get to the castle grounds without getting shot immediately.
I dig it. This is the little key card that gives you a little like AoE shield from all the robots.
Yeah. Something that'll make the automated security in the castle not trip immediately. I think another thing we should have to do, if all of these important people are staying in this castle, it's sort of like any other conference center, you know, it's also a hotel to them. So something else that we need to do is we need to find somebody in town or find some kind of contact who can get one of us in, like disguised as a bellhop, like somebody that can make up a cover story for us, because the plan needs to be, if we're going to kidnap this guy and get him out of here, what you do is you take one of them hotel trolley things, get a big old garment bag, knock his ass out, put him in the garment bag, and then roll the little trolley right down the hotel hallway like you've done this before.
Well, that's what we need to do. We need to just take out like the group of bellhops before they go up to the castle, and steal their uniforms and RFID cards and all that.
Yeah. Okay, when we're down in town, yes, we should find somebody that works there and somehow do the old body swap. Take out one of them and replace them with one of us.
Yeah. How will we get the other two of us in there?
We can put like sleeping gas in the room as all the bellhops are having like their meeting to go over all their responsibilities with their manager.
Bellhop gathering. Yeah.
Well, because it's like the ski towns where the people can't actually live in the ski town. They have to live like down the mountain before they go to work.
That's all right.
All right, so I've written down like we're gonna sneak in with the bellhops, or with the help.
Well, somebody has to do that because I think that is our path out. I think that's how we get a body out of there. But I don't think that's enough to cover all of us. I think somebody still should lift a key card from some hotel. Like we get intel that there's a spare one of these. Somebody should still have to lift one of those. Like one person has to go lift that. Another person has to replace a bellhop, and then we need a third.
Can we have one of our agents like already inside, as in like they got a job in the castle already as like a cleaner or as just some other nondescript person? And
doesn't matter to me.
Harder?
I don't think that's hard enough. I think we should come up with something more.
We're actively interviewing for the job. I'm trying to think of the motive for the President Chevron to be in this building at all. Like, is this like a secret Illuminati meeting in the basement of the castle? What is the driving force for the president to be here?
I think basically, yeah. I think it's him and a bunch of other arms tycoons, like I don't know, having the semi-annual meeting where they do deals with each other.
Yeah, they're just fixing prices.
Yeah. Just having have a little price fixing with the boys. It's what the WEF does anyway. Just a little market manipulation with the bros.
Yeah, as one does.
All right, John, our timer's still going down. What else can we do?
This is Micah's domain, honestly. Every time I do anything spy, I'm just
with
like
2 points.
Austin Powers is all I know about spy movies.
Yeah, it's funny sometimes the games that give you total freedom, it's like it's too much almost. You feel like it's like I don't know what to do. It's like you can literally do anything. Yeah, but I still don't know what to do. I don't know. I think I could go crazy with coming up. Now, if y'all would like me to suggest ideas, that's perfectly fine too. Because I can just talk forever and throw things out there. I'm used to this kind of thing. But a key component to remember with all this is the trust dice, right? Betraying each other, not trusting each other, because you never know when another agent's, a double agent or anything like that.
So I thought of another complication for one of our three guys.
Okay.
What about if somebody in the group actually has his cover has already been blown, so it's like super easy to recognize his face. Like he has to do something when he's around these people to make absolutely sure that he doesn't get noticed. Like somebody
Standing behind a tree or hold up a book.
Yeah, or wear disguises. That's a good one. Something that like he can do stuff behind the scenes, but like if he is spotted, like he will not fly as a bellhop. Like somebody will recognize him and he'll get shot. You know what I mean?
What if the security system in the castle is in such a way where you have to steal multiple key cards to then gain access to further, deeper rooms, right? Like least privilege, the guard at the front only has access to the front door. So then once we're inside, just steal another key card from one of the indoor guards to get access to other rooms.
Okay. I like that. So we gotta lift a key card from the hotel, but then once we get in there, we know that's not going to get us all the way, but we don't know where the
See
other
somebody
keys
walking
are.
in and
We
out,
just
like,
have
oh,
to
they've
make
got
shift
access, and
somewhere.
try to like lift it from them in some way.
Yeah.
You could also plan out part of this to kidnap one of the other weapons manufacturers before they get there, and then disguise yourself as them and go in. And then you're the inside man.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do it. Let's
so
do
that
it
would
like
be
that.
hard.
Let's do it like that. We know of one of these guys who we want to kidnap, and well, not kidnap, but we need to find. There's a specific one of these guys that we need to find beforehand, like the night before we're going in or whatever. We're going to go down to the town. We're going to catch him on his yacht. We got to infiltrate his yacht to get him. And after he has successfully been subdued, there's going to be a Mission Impossible style mask for somebody. Somebody puts on a mask that looks exactly like it.
Could just be your long lost twin. It's also
I mean, yeah.
no, that's fine. The
Same
Mission
thing.
Impossible mask.
Perfect.
What other ways can we make this harder on ourselves? So we've got the plan to replace one of the bellhops, the plan to subdue one of the people who's actually supposed to be there and go in as him, and the plan to just lift one of these card key things from the hotel that you can pick them up. I mean, that everybody was supposed to pick them up from because we know they have a spare. Okay. So we got to do all those three things. We, for sure, I'm counting the Mission Impossible laser room that we have to get through to do whatever we're doing. That has to be in the castle no matter what. How far do we need to go? How far do we need to go with the plan? Do we need to set out now, like how we're going to infiltrate this guy's yacht or how we're going to steal this thing from the hotel?
Only if you want points for it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you can come up with stuff on the fly, but it doesn't count towards getting mission points.
Right.
Like we arrive at the yacht at 1700 hours, do reconnaissance. I notice there's a sniper on the mast of the yacht.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now you're cooking.
Yes, I like
I've got
that.
this broken
Keep
down
that.
into difficulties getting in, difficulties inside, and then difficulties getting out, right? So if we think about those three, in order for us to gain mission points, one way we can make it difficult to get out is that the President Chevron has a little like proximity alarm on his person in some way, and if he gets too far away from like his secret agent or
Embedded
secret
in-
assassin
embedded in
butler
his arm.
person, that like the alarm goes off and like the butler then has like a little tracking location thing so they can find him.
Okay. Yeah. If his air tag disappears from the geofence, Odd Job is alerted and Odd Job is mad.
President Chevron is not nearby. Last known location of they get a push notification in their. How else can we make it difficult while we're inside the castle? We have the laser room. We have the front door with a zillion guns, and we also have the cliff face facing the Adriatic Sea. But what else inside the castle can make it tough for us?
Whatever keys we can get can only get us inside the castle. Once we're there, we still need some other key to get into the right room, and we don't know what room that is. We don't know where this guy is staying if we're going to steal him away in the middle of the night. So we have to either do some reconnaissance, figure it out on the fly. Like we have to do something to figure out where in this castle we're going. If we do successfully,
like we don't have a map of the castle grounds. Like something shifts inside the castle, we're not sure what the actual layout inside of it is.
Okay, yeah, that would be a good one. The actual interior layout is completely like blackout. We have no idea. It's top secret.
Make different hallways and shit.
Okay, yeah. The inside of this place should basically be like the Resident Evil mansion.
Your meatballs at the beginning of the castle.
Okay, so I think the plan should be, I don't know if this is like adding difficulty or whatever. I don't know if there's any points for this, but I think that the first day that we get there, we should do the classic brilliant move of splitting up the party, where one of us tries to recon the castle itself and figure out if we can see anything about the inside, and more importantly, figure out where in the castle the president is actually staying, right? Because we're going to try to steal him away in the middle of the night. That's what one person's doing. There's another person who is down in town trying to figure out a way to swindle this card key identification thing from the hotel. So the second person is just trying to steal this. The third person during the day is trying to get on the yacht of the dude that's supposed to be there, like trying to figure out a way to get on that yacht to subdue him and make sure he doesn't appear.
There you go. That sounds right. We each have our roles to play.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to go for the plan here. Like, what is the plan for us actually doing this? If the three of us can collectively pull that off, then later that night, we make our way into the castle itself. We try and figure a way to sneak in. So probably, I think that means coming in from the ocean and scaling the side of this scary cliff face.
What if we each have a device and we all three of us have to have that, like, be within range of the president in order to, like, turn off that proximity alarm, because we have to make sure all three of us are in that room with them together because we don't trust each other. Like, I'm not going to just stay on the yacht with the other president person and let you guys have all the adventure. We all three of us have to be in the castle in order to properly subdue the president.
Well, I think we have to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all three have to be there for the plan to work. Is that true? We also need to figure out who's going to be the bellhop. Somebody has to be the bellhop, because I think that's how we're getting the body out of here.
Just chuck him in one of those wheelie recycling bins and just walk it outside of the castle grounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, recycling is very important to oligarchs.
Oh, we're here to do the paper shredding. Paper shredders are us. See the van?
Yes, Mr. Epstein, we brought you a boy. That would actually make it too easy. That would just get us in instantly.
So you guys keep going till you don't want to, and then tell me.
Yeah, I'm sort of running out of ideas as far as like specific obstacles. Like, Shane, can you give us some ideas of things we could do to increase our mission points here?
So you currently have...
I want anything and everything to increase the mission points. Like, make this as overly complicated as possible.
You have 15 mission points right now.
Okay.
Yeah, pause the timer. So tell me what you guys think your mission is, soup to nuts. How are you going to start and through till finish based on everything you've said?
I'm just going to start talking and you all interrupt when you have better ideas. So what has to happen, I think, is we need a body double for somebody that's supposed to be there. That's the guy whose yacht we're going to infiltrate. Okay. That body double, if he also has one of the identification card things, he can go through the front door. He goes in disguise. He is the one who should check the place out and see if he can tell the rest of us where the president we're kidnapping is going to be that night.
Okay.
Now, that night, the other two of us have to figure a way in. We come up while the fake body double guy is having meetings and trying to blend in, blah, blah, blah. The other two of us sneak in somehow. Doesn't matter how we sneak in. We can come up through the back on the cliff face, whatever. The other two of us try to sneak in somehow. By the time night falls, the two of us are in there. Our body double is in there. He knows where the president is going to be. So the three of us together make our way to wherever the president is staying. That is where we bag him. We get our bellhop uniforms out of our backpacks, change into bellhop uniforms, and just roll him out of there. Roll his sedated body out of there with the recycling.
Okay. Yeah, I would, as a suggestion, I would suggest you all three leave in similar vehicles separately in case they are after you, so they won't know which one of you actually has the president.
Okay, yeah.
And you have a meeting spot picked that you're all going to go to. And then you would also come up with wherever that spot is, what is your transportation that you're all going to take to get him out of there to get to the coordinates. And the coordinates is in the middle of the ocean in the Caribbean.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, there we go. That little, like, in body tracker, location tracker he has, we have to make sure that we can clone those trackers and put it on different people so they can't follow us to the drop-off point in the Caribbean.
Yeah, and do remember, too, you can't kill this guy. It's kidnap this guy.
Yeah.
So you got to keep him alive.
We're also going to do that baby driver thing. The 3 different cars thing is a great idea. So we spirit this guy away down into the basement with the help. The basement is where the parking garage is. We put him, we're all leaving in 3 different cars that we, hot wire, steel, whatever. We put him in the trunk of one of those cars. They don't know which one. Leave at 3 different times. Get to the rendezvous. When we all meet up where we're going, I think what we better do... Oh, wait, we're spies. We're going to know somebody. We're going to get on a fucking Gulfstream 5 jet. We're going to be flown out into, South Florida. And from there, we'll make our way to the coordinates of the Caribbean.
Are we all exiting in the same fashion? Like, are we getting on 3 different jets in order to add confusion to the people trying to follow us? Or
no, I think when the 3 of us meet up, like after we've escaped the castle, we meet up together and all leave together. Get the body out of the trunk of whichever one of our cars has it. Get him on the plane.
And a way to add difficulty is, can we make sure the president has like anti-kidnapping training and it can like fight off sedatives or like knows his way with ropes because he's obviously a BDSM guy. Has one of his teeth or something.
Pill. We gotta prevent.
I can
that.
see us like having to constantly fight him with as he's like trying to wake up from the sedation, or if he does end up waking up, can like fight us off in some way.
He absolutely should have some kind of tracker on him, like embedded in his arm or something that we've got cut out of him. Don't get caught, and also don't let him bleed to death.
Pretty well planned. I think it'll work.
Yeah, the most harebrained ideas are for sure the most successful.
Well, it's definitely an over-the-top spy mission, so that's cool. Lots of interesting things to do.
We may be going too far over the top here. The plan may be a little complicated.
So you guys want to do some more, or are you good?
We're already at the point that we spent a longer time developing this than we're going to spend playing it. Maybe that's good. Maybe that's the whole idea.
Currently, you have 20 mission points, and the team leader now has to distribute those. Keep as many as you want. Give the rest to however you think.
Let's just make it even. I mean, all our plans here are screwed, so I'll give you all 7 each, and then I'll take the 6.
Well, in that case, Micah, do you want a few more points then, since there's a big gap between y'all's and John's and mine?
No, there's not now. You all have 7 in total, and I have 6 in total.
No, they have 9 because they get 2 because your score in Saturn is 2. You don't get the 2 that they get for that.
You mean the ones you gave me already counted everything we lost?
Yeah. You have
Okay.
There are 20 for you to distribute in total.
Okay, you know what?
You said we had 20 points.
Mhm.
John and I had 2 each.
What?
So it's
Okay.
24. Split 3 ways.
Yeah,
is
it
8.
can be even.
I got balloons. Holy shit.
You-
All right, yeah.
yeah.
Let's do it that way. Let's just do 8, 8, and 8 then.
Apple's proud of your math skills.
24 balloons.
Thanks, Tim Cook. I do understand math.
That's it for the planning phase. Join us next time for the mission.